Which of the following steps does not take place during the free radical reaction of chlorine with methane in the presence of light? Methane is an alkane. Alkanes react with chlorine in the presence of light and gives a mixture of alkyl halides. This reaction is a chain reaction and it involves three main steps. Before moving forward, we will quickly go through the mechanism of this reaction. In the presence of light, chlorine molecules undergo homolytic cleavage and they converted to chlorine free radicals. The next step is chain propagation and this involves several steps. First, the CH bond of a methane molecule undergoes homolytic cleavage and it converts to the methyl free radical. During the process, HCl molecule also produced. Next, this methyl free radical reacts with the chlorine molecule and converted to an alkyl halide. During the process, chlorine free radicals generated. These are the other possible steps of the chain propagation. During these chain propagation steps, always these alkyl halides react with chlorine free radicals and they converted to the respective methyl, and during the process HCl molecules are produced. And the other type of reaction is these methyl free radicals react with chlorine molecules and they converted to the respective alkyl halides, and during this process chlorine free radicals generated. The final step is chain termination. During chain termination, these free radicals react together and converted to the products. These are some of the possible reactions of chain termination. Two chlorine free radicals react together to form a chlorine molecule. Methyl free radical can react with a chlorine free radical and produce CH3Cl. Then two methyl free radicals together can form an ethane molecule. Now we will check the answers. Which of the following steps does not take place during this reaction? The first one, chlorine molecule breakdowns into two chlorine free radicals. This is the chain initiation step. Therefore, this is the first step of this reaction. Number 2, CH3 free radical reacts with chlorine free radical to produce CH3Cl. Always in these reactions, two radicals react together to form a molecule in the last step, that is the chain termination. These are some of the possible chain termination reactions. Therefore, this is also correct. Now we can find the correct chain propagation steps. During chain propagation, methane or the produced alkyl halides always react with chlorine free radicals and produce the respective methyl free radicals and HCl. Check number 5. Methane reacts with chlorine free radical and produce methyl free radical and HCl. Therefore, number 5 is correct. During chain propagation, these alkyl free radicals always react with chlorine molecules and they produce the respective alkyl halide and chlorine free radicals. Please check number 3. Methyl free radical reacts with chlorine and produce chloromethane and chlorine free radical. Therefore, number 3 also correct. The step does not take place during this reaction is number 4. During the reaction, methane molecule does not form methyl free radical and hydrogen free radical. Answer is number 4. Now we will see a quick method to get the answer. This reaction takes place in 3 steps: chain initiation, chain propagation and chain termination. During chain initiation, this chlorine molecule undergoes homolytic cleavage and produces chlorine free radicals. So this is the chain initiation step. During chain termination, free radicals in the reaction chamber reacts together and produce molecules. These are some of the possible free radicals in this mechanism. Therefore, these two free radicals together combine and produce CH3Cl. Therefore, this is a chain termination step. Now we will come to the chain propagation. During chain propagation, methane and the produced alkyl halides always reacts with chlorine free radical and they convert to methyl free radicals and HCl. Therefore, CH4 reacts with chlorine free radical and it produces methyl free radical and HCl. This is correct. Also, during chain propagation, the produced methyl free radicals react with chlorine molecules and they converted to the respective alkyl halide and they produce chlorine free radicals. Step 3, methyl free radical reacts with the chlorine molecule and produce the alkyl halide and chlorine free radical. So that is also correct. Step 4 is not correct. Step does not take place during the reaction. And students, if you know the mechanism of this reaction, you can get the answer within 1 second. The reason is hydrogen free radicals are not generated during this reaction. Always there are two types of free radicals produced during the reaction. One is chlorine free radical and the other one is alkyl free radical. Therefore, if you know the mechanism of this reaction, you can get the answer within 1 second. The answer is number 4.